Hello and welcome everyone to The Backwards, the brand new podcast from Backyard Cricket England, where we'll be looking at all things backyard cricket, and we're sponsored by Power Play, as you can see behind me. Big thank you to everyone at Power Play Sports in Red Hill. On this podcast, we're going to have a variety of exciting things for you, from Q&As, watch-alongs, classic backyard moments. We're going to look back on interviews with some key players, and tonight particularly, we have a very special announcement, so stay tuned for that. But first, we're going to start off with a little deep dive into the Backyard Cricket England teammates, and today it's Rob Maguire spilling the beans. No.
Probably Jake.
You gonna tell us why?
I think he'd keep the morale up. He's a good laugh, isn't he? Not scares me. The one I always found hardest to get out was Ricky. Left-handed, changes the line slightly, and he was always very good at stepping across. Yeah, Rambo was a full ball, pitched on sort of. It was an outswinger, pitched on middle and leg, hit off stump to get out of the ground. That was nice. Alvin, sheer pace, could move it both ways, knew what he was doing as well. Jake.
Good. How you going?
Probably Yusuf. He just sort of like, when he needs to step it up, he sort of does with the bat and the ball. Yeah, Ricky umpiring, not giving an LBW. I think it was Callum that was batting. He came, the ball hit his leg, and about 5 seconds later he had a massive swipe at the ball. Ball had gone to mid-wicket, and Ricky went, no, he's played a shot.
Shut up! Fucking missed it!
Alex, I reckon. Yeah. Well, because it's not really like abusive, it's just confusing. And it does sort of get in your head slightly. Yusuf's up there, 100%. Yusuf's up there. Ricky was unbelievable as a keeper when it's not auto wiki. I remember him taking a catch with me as the batsman. It was like a full length dive down one side. Unbelievable. So one of those two, definitely.
Well, long-time viewers of our channel will know in 2023 we headed to Sydney for the first ever International Backyard Ashes series. The first day did not go so well for us in the opening test match, and one of the Australians in particular turned in a memorable performance. I caught up with him to have a watch back. Well, today's special guest on the podcast, all the way from Sydney, the great Joel Wojcik of the WCG in Australia. Joel, great to see you, mate. How have you been?
I've been really well, thanks, Alex, mate. Thanks for having me on. It's been a long time coming, this one. I've really wanted to get on and have a chat about it, because for me, you guys coming over and that Ashes series was just magic, mate. For sort of like a backyard competition, it was just something that I'm sure you guys will never forget. But for me, it was just the effort you guys put in, and hopefully what you got out of it. It was just unreal, mate. So, yeah, thanks for having me on.
Do you remember sort of what your plan was at this moment coming into the innings?
Look, I think here you saw that when that camera panned around my face. Even there, I'm sort of smiling, but that's a bit of a brave front, mate. I was actually shitting myself. Just one, because I wanted to make a good impression, obviously, and two, I just thought, like, if I can sort of get my eye in and start hitting it, like, I know the ground well, I know the pitch well, and I'm not too sure if you guys had seen much of what I'd done, but the field that you had set there was not too bad. But I love the fact that I didn't like the fact he was bowling around the wicket here, because I was sort of more of an offside player. But no, it was. I was very tentative at the start, and you can sort of see I fall across a bit, and whatever early on in my innings and play with that bit of a rash shot there. But that's just the nervous energy coming out, mate. And I'm always like that in my innings. I don't know what it is. It could be in the backyard. It could be playing grade, but it's all how I've always been. Get this real. Here we go. Here's a nemesis. Put away for 4.
Well, he's interesting. I wanted to talk to you about GURPS because
yeah.
you later went on to you played him really well in this innings, but we made a mistake. Myself and Ricky, as captain and vice captain, we asked GURPS to focus on his leg spinner. And we realised, and he didn't bowl that great in this innings. And then after that, in the limited overs games, we let him unlock all his tricks and go for his off spinners and his googlies and things. At which point he started cleaning everybody up, didn't he? He had a great trip. And you particularly struggled with him. I think he got you out in the World Cup a couple of times.
He did, mate. Look, and
what did you find difficult about him? What caused that? And what was it struggling to pick him out of hand? Or
I think for me, it's I've always every time, my whole career sort of playing cricket, like real cricket. I always thought felt like I was a decent player of spin. I really like to use my feet and get down the wicket when I can. But I guess in the backyard setting that I've been playing there for, the 3 or 4 seasons, we never really had a decent spinner. I mean, the bowling was there, but I mean, a genuine leg spinner that would come out. Yeah, that was not too bad. Just too full there, sort of using my feet to get to it there.
Is it fair to say that GURPS is probably the best spinner that's bowled at the WCG? Is that a fair comment?
I would say 100%. So, and that's no disrespect to Josh. Sorry, mate, if you see this, but yeah, and I think it's his action too. He really gets through the crease and sort of puts that pressure on you. So there's a couple of times there where I looked to take him on, use my feet, but a couple of times there when he was sort of getting the ball by my eyes, I found I was sort of stuck in the crease. And I think once you get stuck in the crease there and the ball, you let the ball do the work, it's like, oh, God, like you don't know where to come forward or go back. And that's why I think I found him, difficult to play in the end because he was really good. And if you can land it on a pitch that's, not a genuine sort of length pitch, then you're always going to give batsmen problems no matter what you're doing. Like it's just the way it is there. That was a good one there. Sort of played that a bit early, it looked like, but I was lucky to get away with it. There. But
I remember
you're
right,
right,
you waited on that well.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned about the water and whatnot because
that's a good shot as well. You took one of the cleaners in this innings, I think.
Yeah, just sat up. And then, like I said, that's where I'm probably my strongest. That sort of, square of the wicket there. That's where I like it. So yeah, anything short, you'll just see just goes. But yeah, mate, to truth be told, I think
that's
before
lovely.
this...
Sorry, just 1 second.
No, you're right.
Is that the best shot of your whole innings?
Oh,
I think there's this, and there's a cover drive you play later on, which is textbook as well. But that's as good as anything, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just using the crease, mate. Yeah, and the other thing is, I feel like sometimes you've got time because the ball does sit up, especially if you're using a half taper. And you're watching the ball come on. If it hits the tennis ball side, it just sort of sits up.
Yeah.
And so whereas the other ball,
this over 6-4-4-4.
4 those extra.
But he did improve as the tour went on. And a drop catch there.
I thought I hit that into the ground then. Maybe I'm watching a different. Wait, let's have a look. Oh, it was too. Oh, yeah, that's costly. Oh, Anthony.
He's got a good set of hands as well, Ant.
I know. Look at he knows it too.
What were your memories of our team? Was there anyone in particular who really impressed you? Is there anyone you look back on and think, he was good?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. And this is not to say that I'm just trying to think. Look, I think Sam. I always go back to Sam, right? Sammy Dennis. I could see that to me, it seemed like he had a really good technique, and no doubt, any sort of other sort of cricket game or whatever, like I could tell that he had what it take to be a good cricketer. But unfortunately, as we know, it didn't really pan out for him on the trip. But no, look, in general, mate, I thought you guys gave
him this is the one I was talking about. This may be the best shot of the innings, this.
Yeah. Saw it nice and early. Yeah, that was good. That was nice. I'll pay that. I don't really whatever, but I was happy with that. If I'm in trouble early, usually I'll get out not long after that. But if I hit a couple out of the middle straight away, or you try and build on that. There we go. There it was. That was it. That was the one. So I thought it was a spinner. That must have been
That's a 50 shot as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember this
he was
feeling? What
almost-
was it like? First morning of an Ashes
Yeah.
series, you're raising your bat for a 50 on the first day. Do you remember that feeling? What was that like?
Yeah, mate, it was unreal, surreal. Because, like I said, being a confident
Because that's not
player,
just a 50 at the WCG. That's an international 50 against a team that's come from half the world away.
I know, mate. It was really good. I look, like I said before, I look back on these games with the fondest of memories. But sort of raising that, I wanted to go out there and sort of live up to how I knew I could play. So it was a good feeling, mate, to be honest with you. And I just felt like, okay, well, if I can do this in my first innings, then all I can do is build. But I guess this was really the only standout performance, I guess you could say. Yeah, and now talking after you mentioned the analysis, you're looking for that Yorker, aren't you?
Yeah, God, this was one of the things I thought. But I don't bowl a Yorker naturally. That's the thing. I'm too tall for it, really.
Yes.
That's a great shot. You've hit. I remember that. Do you know what I remember about that shot is the noise off the fence. You hit this hard.
Yes.
You hit that really, really hard. I remember that.
Yeah, man. That's my area. When I can free my hands anywhere from, say, like gully to sort of point forward a point there. That's my area. That was a good save there.
This is the wicket coming up. I remember you saying to me afterwards, you didn't pick this, did you?
I don't think I did, no. And that's hard, right?
That's a good catch as well.
That's a great catch.
I think right here, that's what we were talking about at that.
Yeah,
there, was you telling me I didn't pick that one.
Yeah. Mate, it's funny, right? Because from memory, I don't remember getting one. I don't remember getting one all innings there, and it just got big on me really early, and I just played through it way too early. But I hit it well. I mean,
I don't think you played the wrong shot there.
No.
I think just Yusuf was in a good position. That 3 on the offside, and Yusuf is a good catcher.
Yeah, to be really honest with you, mate, like I said at the start, when the team comes over halfway across the world and gives up their life for a week or two to sort of put in a good performance and know that it meant something on an international stage, however small that may be. Hopefully, it'll be bigger in the coming years. But yeah, mate, no, I hold it in high regard, and probably
it certainly didn't feel small when we were out there, did it? It felt like the whole world was watching when we were there. That was the beauty of it. It really felt like a proper World Cup, but.
It really did, and the fact that we had the live stream going too, and the YouTube comments were flowing through. When we were out sitting and doing the commentary and whatnot as well, like we're responding and it just felt like it felt probably bigger than it really was, but to us, there was nothing bigger.
Anybody who's watching this on the Backwards podcast, you'll have just seen a shortened version of this. The full conversation with Joel will be uploaded in a couple of days' time, so keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, Joel, it's been a pleasure to have you here, mate. And we will see you all again on the Backyard Cricket England podcast.
Thanks, mate. It was an absolute pleasure to be here too. Thanks so much for getting me involved, mate. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, mate.
Well, that was great, wasn't it? Big thank you to Joel Wojcik for doing that for us. And we're going to continue the trip down memory lane now by looking at one of the old BCE classic performances. Gurpal Singh with a massive double strike for England. Oh, where's that? That's over the house. Oh, he's fuming with himself, Mickey Mabry. It's another for England. Gurpal Singh teased him in the flight. Took a little bit of pace off that. Good bowling from Singh. Eyes lit up, Mickey Mabry. It's a bit easier to pick him, but a fully taped ball is difficult from the hand. That's a full toss. Oh, and he's gone. Shane Louis. Well, it's probably the worst ball Gurpal Singh has bowled to him today. That he's just smacked it straight over the fence. To get started against Gurpal Singh. It's another full toss, and where's this? It's over the fence. He's gone first ball. Oh, what a double strike from Gurpal Singh. Gurpal Singh needs a response. Oh, that's well bowled. Oh, lovely delivery, and he's got the wicket. England finally on the board, and it's Gurpal Singh. We wondered when the change of pace would come. Oh, bowled him! Dragged on, I think. Oh, what a moment for Gurpal Singh. He's turned this game on its head. England back in it now. In the air. Where's this going to come down? It's over the fence, and Gurpal Singh has his third. New Zealand wobbling now.
We had an option up our sleeve anyway.
Oh, don't leave those. This is going to go close. Given 10 for 4. Gurpal Singh first ball. Unbelievable from England this. Running a scimitar through the guts of the Australian batting, and Gurpal Singh has completely bamboozled Joel Wojcik. Do New Zealand still believe? How long can Kemp keep going? Full toss in the air and caught. Gone. Brilliant from Crowther. What a safe set of hands he's got. 2 to go in the over. Down the pitch in the air and gone. Gurpal Singh's got the big one. That's a huge wicket at a big time for England. Gurpal Singh strikes. Another big moment for him at this World Cup. Just a bit of drift in towards Harry Dean, a leading edge. Didn't get hold of it. It's been one of the disappointments of this World Cup that we've not seen the best of Wojcik. Oh, we're not going to today. It's 2 in a row. Gurpal Singh with a massive double strike for England. Biggest moment of this final so far. Dean and Wojcik gone in successive balls. Australia's dangerous middle order gutted. Well, next up, we've got a masterclass from one of the all-time BCE great players. Well, hello and welcome everybody to another BCE Masterclass. We're here at Power Play Nets in Red Hill, our sponsors for the upcoming Luxembourg Tour. And today for this Masterclass, we've got one of our star players with us. Yusuf Sharif is here. Yusuf, what are you going to be showing us today?
Hello mate, thanks for having me. I'm going to be showing the slower ball that I used out in Australia, and just like a little masterclass on that.
Slower ball and knocked him over. Brilliantly bowled. Oh, that's terrific from Yusuf Sharif. Oh, he'll be thrilled at that. What's the difference between bowling a slower ball in backyard cricket as opposed to club cricket with a hard red ball?
I think in terms of the difference with backyard cricket, you get a lot more dip. You get a lot more dip in the ball, especially with a half-take ball as well. You get a bit more wobble in the air as well, and the dip that's created is a lot more. It's a lot more than we could get with a regular cricket.
So, do you have a preference between these? So, this would be the white all-take limited overs ball, and this is your half-take test match ball.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference in which one you generally prefer bowling your slower ball with?
I think in terms of being able to control the slower ball, the fully shaped white ball is better. You get a little bit more extra dip. But just in terms of being able to bamboozle the batsman, if you will, the half take offers that little bit of wobble in the air and then also the dip. But it's just a little bit more difficult to control.
Okay, so show us what you do then. So if you're bowling with the half-take ball, because this is the trickier one, obviously, because of the seam.
Yeah.
How would you grip that? Do you want to show us what you'd be doing to release that ball?
Yeah. So I'll just hold it as like a normal ball. So like 2 fingers on either side of the seam. But just as I'm about to release it, I'll sort of turn my wrist over, almost like a leg spinner, and I will release it like that. And then the seam, in fact, the shiny side, will then swap over to the other side. So depending on whether I wanted to bowl it on an in-swing or an out-swinger, will depend on how I start off the seam. So if I bowl that, flick that over, that then becomes an out-swinger. I flick this over, it then becomes an in-swinger, the right-hander.
So for anybody out there watching who may want to learn to bowl a slower ball in backyard cricket, what are the perils, what are the things that could go wrong that make it, how do you avoid it coming out as a floating full toss or a little half tracker?
I think just practice, honestly. It's just being able to get that wrist position right and do what feels comfortable for you. So if holding a ball kind of like this, hold the ball however you feel comfortable, and then if you do sort of need to release it with 3 fingers out the back or as a proper leg spinner, then that's great. But obviously you need to try and deceive the batsman as well, so you kind of need to make it very subtle. You try and keep the arm speed going as well. Keep the arm speed up, just the same as your stop delivery too.
Yusuf Sharif now. It's another slower ball and it's another wicket. Oh, that's such good bowling from Yusuf Sharif. Wonderful stuff. Brilliant backyard entertainment from England. All their skills are on display today. So Yusuf are in the nets. I've volunteered to come and face the fire. What cues would you be looking for in a batsman to know when the right time is to bowl your slower ball?
In terms of when the right time to bowl a slow ball, I think it depends on the match situation and the scenario, obviously. I think for me it goes off feel I'll bowl a slow ball if, for example, if I can tell that the batsman's like sort of eyeing me up, he's like lining up to hit me, I might chuck it in there as like a little surprise ball. A lot of the time, people use it after you've been hit for a boundary, which is obviously fair enough. But I think what I like to do is I try and think about what the batsman's thinking about. I'm thinking, okay, maybe if he's already seen my slow ball, he's just hit me for a boundary, he might be expecting a slow ball. So I'll bowl, maybe depending on how many balls left in the over, I might bowl 1 or 2 stop deliveries, a couple back of a length, and then throw in that slow ball as like another surprise ball. So when I'm using it to surprise the batsman.
Yeah, so when you say you're trying to premeditate what the batsman's thinking, you mentioned you might bowl a stop ball to set it up. What kind of deliveries have you found to be most effective in setting up your slower ball?
I think the most effective is probably, just on the length, getting the batsmen sort of, coming back and across, keeping them, pegging them back in their crease, keep them back there, because then if you bowl that slower ball, and they sort of see it as a full toss up first, so they want to get on the front foot and then want to drive it, and then next thing you know they've sort of gone snuck under the bat, or they've missed it completely, and bowled them, or maybe snipped off.
Are there any tricks you might play in terms of a field setting if you were trying to bluff the batsmen into thinking they were getting something else? Is there a particular field you'd look for with a slower ball, or is it kind of minor adaptations to the field you've already got?
I think it's just minor adaptations to the field I've already got. Because I don't want to give away too much. If I am sort of trying to set the batsman up in a different way, I might move a field. For example, if I've got 2 and 2 in back up, get 2 on the leg side, 2 on the offside, I might bring someone across to a right-handed batsman to have 3 on the offside, and then they might be expecting someone a ball outside off, like rightly so. But I might bring the leg side field a little bit straighter. I might bowl at the legs. They've got. And then as a batsman, I've got all that space to work with. They sort of want to work at leg side. So then I might bowl that ball. And I might bowl that ball to stop delivery and then change the field back to how it was. And then go back and then thinking, okay, yeah, they're thinking the same thing. And chuck in a slow ball.
So you've read the batsman, you've set your field, you've bowled your previous deliveries to create it. All that's left now is to go and do it.
Correct.
Let's
No
go.
pressure, no pressure. Yeah.
That's all right. Well, that was great, wasn't it? Big thank you to Yusuf Sharif for sharing his insight with us. Today we're going to finish with an exclusive interview that starts off our big announcement for this episode. Let's take a look. It's my pleasure to introduce Tim, Richard and Will. Guys, do you want to tell us, I'll start with you, Tim, do you want to tell us who you are and why you're here?
Jo, moin, wir sind Optimus Cricket Club hier in Letzterbeuersch und wir sind der nächste Stopp von Backyard Cricket.
Richard, Will, you want to translate that for us?
Yeah, that was Luxembourgish, local dialect, and he was just saying, welcome to the Optimist Cricket Club, and we're looking forward to being the next stop for backyard cricket.
Yep, that is the special announcement, guys. We are going on a tour. Backyard Cricket England are heading to Luxembourg for a bilateral backyard series. It will be Luxembourg's first ever backyard cricket series, and we're delighted to welcome them into the backyard cricketing family. So, guys, I'll start with you, Richard. Do you want to tell us who you guys are? Do you guys want to introduce yourselves and let us know who we're going to and what you guys are about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we are the Optimist Cricket Club, so we're the first and the oldest club in Luxembourg. We were founded 49 years ago, so next year celebrating our 50th. So planning's already underway for that. We welcome a mix of different nationalities. So obviously, on the whole, you've got 3 Brits sat here, but whether it's Aussie, New Zealand, Indian, Afghanistani, Pakistani, even some Luxembourgers occasionally. We have a real mix of different nationalities from all over the world that arrive in Luxembourg, probably normally thinking there's going to be no cricket here, and quite pleasantly surprised when they find us. So we've got around 150 members. We're very lucky. We've got a fantastic ground here in Valfredange, just north of the city in Luxembourg, where we host our games, and where we're looking forward to hosting you guys in a couple of weeks. So yeah, that's a mini introduction to the Optimist Cricket Club here in Luxembourg.
But from you guys' perspective, Will, do you want to give us a bit of an idea of what you think this tour might do for the local cricket community in Luxembourg? A new style of cricket, international team coming over. What do you think this could bring for you guys?
Yeah, no, there's certainly been quite some questions from the players that come and play down, sort of seen me mowing this grass wicket somewhere on the edge of the boundary and going, what are you doing? And I sort of told them about this weekend, and they've gone, oh yeah, okay, I've seen that. I think I've seen some of that on YouTube. And I said, well, come on down, come and have a look, and make yourself available and have a go. It'll be really interesting, because we've just never done anything even very vaguely close to this before, and see how it gets received by our members. You never know. If we really love it, we might even start doing it more internally or something like that. You know what I mean? We could, if the grass wicket's there, we could just do it in the summer. You could potentially even do corporate events or something like that. There's lots of things that could sort of flow out of this weekend. So we're very curious to see how it goes.
Richard, do you want to tell us a little bit about how the ground is going to look? What have you guys done there to accommodate it for backyard cricket?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're actually lucky 2 years ago where we got a new pavilion. So the pavilion that we're currently sat in now is pretty much brand new. We've got a very nice terrace out the front of the pavilion, which is just behind us at the moment. So we're hoping that's kind of where you're going to position your cameras. As Will just said, he's been preparing a grass track 20, 30 meters in front of the pavilion, where we'll have some netting around various parts of it. But then various different billboards, things like that, different sponsorship advertisements to try and enclose the ground. And it'll be around 10 meters probably either side, the boundaries. So looking forward to incorporating all the different rules and quirkiness that the backyard cricket brings into the little space that we've created for you guys.
And how about you, Tim? What do you think this tour could mean for your team on a personal? We've obviously heard about the bigger picture, but on a sort of personal level for the Optimist Club, what do you think this tour might bring?
I think it'll bring a lot. I mean, we hear a lot about, new different formats of the game, and people just being interested in all these different formats. I mean, even, in what we hear coming from out of the ICC, even they're interested in getting other types of cricket going, like tape ball cricket and all this type of stuff. So just getting more and more people interested in the game can only be a good thing. I mean, what's really interesting about us playing a test as well is that on the committee for a few years now, we've been talking about we need to try to find some time in the calendar to do a proper 2-day game. So, and that is just a completely different mentality from the sort of the T10, the T20 that's going on. And just to point out, yesterday, our first team won the T20 league to complete the T10 and T20 double for the season, for the second season in a row. So we're sort of quite good in that format. So I think we'll hopefully be able to hold our own in those shorter formats. But it's more the 50 over and the test version that we'll have to definitely get a new mindset going, I think.
Just to be clear on that, because I know you guys are really keen to have touring teams over. So is there a message you'd give to any club sides from England or anywhere else watching this to kind of invite them over? Is there anything you'd want to say to teams that might be watching?
They can just look at our website. Yeah. It's optimist.cc. So a strange website, but it's got all our details there on how to contact us. It shows our fixture schedule and everything, but you need to get in touch with us during the winter because our schedule does fill up.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, like I say, that's about all we've got time for here. It has been a real pleasure to have you guys with us. Is there any final message you'd like to give to our team before we come over? Anything? I'll let you guys each have a go if you like. Is there any last message you want to give to Backyard England boys?
Bring your cricket bats and your drinking boots. That's what I would say.
Anybody at home who's watching this on the Backwards podcast, you'll have just seen a shortened version of this chat, but in a couple of days' time, the full video will be uploaded, so make sure you keep an eye out for that full conversation we've just had there. And in the meantime, we'll see you all next time on Backyard Cricket England.
What is this peasant stuff? Come on.